Hello, hello, everyone. We are on day 20 of Tapping on Doubt. And Yvette, I'm just going to read yours, and I put it in a, doubt perspective. So doubting being good enough. So how about feeling judged, not good enough? Bonus criteria has changed at work, and I have gone from monthly bonuses of 100 plus to 0. Can you say pissed? Yeah, I think I'd be pissed too. No, I know I would be. So, couple things in here before we tap is, I think a core thing for most of us can always go back to I'm not good enough, and a loss of income. Hey, Carrie, glad to see you here. By the way, Carrie, the horse thing was actually a gal, Karen Arthur, and I just mixed up your name, so sorry about that, but happy you're here anyway. So when you feel, if you don't think you're good enough, income can get lost. Of course we feel judged, and then we care when people judge us. And to me, here's the litmus test is if somebody if you know you're free of somebody's judgment, if they judge you and you're like, wow, they're having a really bad day. Like if somebody think of something that you're so solid in about yourself that somebody could say to you and you'd be like, whatever, like it wouldn't affect you. But when judgment affects us, unfortunately, hey Nadia, it always believes that a part of us is in agreement with what they're saying. Damn it. Hey, I'm going to wave at you, Nadia. And I waved to you, Carrie. So that's the litmus test is if somebody says something and it hurts, and we believe, it just means part of us agrees with them. And then the thing that I find is we start to judge ourselves. And anytime we start to defend, hey, Nadia, anytime we start to defend and all that, I have a PhD in defending myself at times, is because part of me is like, no. Even if somebody, I'm going to say it this way too, even if somebody says something to me, I've had this experience where somebody's accused me of something that they themselves are doing, and man, nothing will, you said, I'm trying to hear no sound for some reason. Nadia, can you hear me? If you give me a thumbs up, then I know I'm being heard, because let me make sure I'm turning my volume up. Is that better, Carrie? Can you hear me? I think maybe my volume was down and my freaking phone's ringing, my other phone. Okay, good. So you can hear me. So just think about it this way. Again, if somebody's judging us and we agree with it, part of us, that's what you want to tap on. But I've had that experience where somebody accuses me of something. I'm like, what? You're doing that. Oh my God, nothing can send me to 0 to 60 faster than like I'm observing somebody's behavior and I'm being projected on. Hey, Marcia. So obviously that's a major work in progress for me. Some days I'm better at than others, and some days I'm just like, yeah, I just am like, yeah. So I'm like, like that. Rant tapping really helps. I'm getting better, But so back to this, Yvette, yours about feeling judged. So that's one thing, and then the loss of income. Yeah, that sucks. And you expect this income and say, especially in a bonus, and then that goes away. And I know on this path, entrepreneurial path, at times you're like, oh, okay, this one's interesting. Anybody that does this, Nadia, I know you can relate to this. And I think, Carrie, you can. Marcia, I'm not sure what you do, but yeah, you're like, all right, well, okay. It can be the roller coaster ride that's there for us to pay attention to stabilize emotionally. So let's just dive in, because I could freaking talk forever. Definitely was blessed with the gift of gab. So let's just start tapping. I'm reining myself in. Karate chop. Even though I feel judged and I feel like I'm not good enough, and this can impact my income, and that sucks, I choose to acknowledge I feel this way. Even though I feel judged, And this is the part that really sucks about that. Because if it affects me, that means some part of me agrees with them. And what if I can see this differently? Even though I feel judged, and it does suck to feel judged, but what sucks worse is when it really affects me. Because that means, that some part of me agrees with them. But how I can see this differently is they're calling forward in me something that needs my attention. Even if I don't like it. And then go to the eyebrow. I'm feeling judged. And whenever I feel judged and it hurts, it triggers that part of me that just doesn't feel quite good enough. And it sucks to feel this way about myself. And man, I'd like to punch them. Because I don't like hearing this. And I want to honor that part of me too. The part of me that gets riled when I'm judged. That warrior part of me that goes into fight mode. And then I have this other side of me that can kind of cower in a corner. That just takes it all in and abuses myself with it. When I play it over and over again in my mind, their judgment of me, that's how I continue to hurt myself. And that can impact my income. But I want to stop this train of judgment. And it starts with me. It's my own judgment turned inward. And of course I judge myself. I got judged my whole life. So I learned from the best. I got a lot of good schooling on how to attack myself using other people's words to do it. I would so like to unhook from this. I could feel so free if somebody judged me, like really harshly, and I could just sit back and notice, wow, they're having a bad day. And they're trying to come after me with that. Oh my God, that would be freedom. What if I could even laugh? Oh, you're right, I do that. I'm still a work in progress. I would love to get there. And maybe sometimes I do. But man, those times when it gets to me, I want to honor that little kid in me that get so triggered and activated when somebody comes after me with judgment. That little kid in me is so wounded. And what if I could start to separate a bit from this part of me? Observe this wounded child in me. And maybe start to reparent this part of me. Allow this part of me its voice. I hurt right now. I'm feeling judged. And start to soothe this part of me. Give to this part of myself, that little kid in me, what it never got. Some compassion, some loving kindness, some acceptance. And what if by starting to do that, I start to heal this part of me? And maybe a step in that direction could be when I really feel someone judging me, maybe I could say, ouch, that really hurts. Did you mean that way? And that could be a start, whether they get it or not. But by doing that, it actually redirects it back to them. And then they have to sit with that. And that gives me a chance to honor this part of me. Give that little kid in me a much needed voice. Allow that kid in me to speak their truth. And the more I do that, I bet the more I can heal. And the more I heal this wounded part of me, the better I'll get at not taking so personally someone else's judgment of me. Because if they're judging me, they're definitely judging themselves. But I want to be free. And I don't want any of this muck to affect my life, in my income, in my health, in my relationships, or in my well-being. So right here and now today, I set the intention to advocate for my own well-being, to listen more to that wounded part of me, and give it a much-needed voice, and send loving kindness, self-acceptance, and more freedom from my own inner judgment so I can be truly free. And then take a breath. I mean, I've definitely had those awesome moments when somebody's just like coming after you and you're like, wow, bad day? You know, like that. It's such freedom. It's such freaking freedom. And that's the freedom that we have. And the thing that I've noticed is the more that I get to that space, the less those people in my life actually actively judge me. It's just, to me, it's the energy thing. When I stop judging myself, then I don't receive the judgment, you know. And for me, the progression has been like, I would get judged, and I'm like, I used to say this with my husband. I was like, wow. I mean, I used to get like, crippled, emotionally crippled for days. He's been one of my greatest teachers. And then I started working on this stuff. I started to go, wow, dude, that's not even new information. Like, I've heard that like 1,000 times. Like, come on, you can do better than that. And then he would actually start to laugh, and it was just his own stuff that was coming up. And then I noticed it was like, wow, I'm just not getting that same kind of judgment that I got that could have me cowering in the corner. So that's the progression I've seen in my life. And of course, I think always leave space for those days. You know, some days we're more secure than others. Some days we're just more solid in ourselves. Some days we're feeling more fragile. And on those more fragile days, those are the days to be like, just take, paying more attention. Where am I at today? Because otherwise you can, oh, hey, Mish. Hey, Marcia, thanks. And, when you start to take it less personally, it just changes everything. So what did you say, Mish? What if I release the emotional attachment of being judged by my parents? Oh my gosh. Yeah, it starts there, doesn't it? By my parents, mother, father, whoever I felt judged by. That's really good. That's a great sentence to tap on. What if I could release the emotional attachment? There you go. To being judged by my parents, mother's father. I know you said that emotional attachment thing was really helpful to you. So anybody, Mish was telling me about you can post the guy's name if you want to, but he used the words release the emotional attachment. And for him, that was super powerful. So thanks for sharing that. And Marcia, awesome. And then you also wrote, I do errands and projects for busy people. Oh, okay, awesome. Love it. So you have your own gig. You know how it's like, yeet. It can go all over the place. So awesome, everyone. So glad everyone was here live. Steve Wells. That's it, Mish. Thank you. So have a great rest of your day, and keep on tapping. We'll see you back tomorrow for day 21. There you go. Bye for now. Bye, Nadia. Bye, Carrie, Marcia, Mish. Did I miss anybody? If I missed you, sorry. I just can't see your name. Take good care. Bye. I love it.